Hello, cats and kittens. Mama Cat Gamer here with another adventure through Eorzea with Gavatia. Let me get back into the game here. Hello, cats and kittens. Mama Cat Gamer here with another adventure through Eorzea with Gavatia. And, I think Jake is, like, hanging out right about here. He was meowing at me just a moment ago. Today we are going to continue through our Shadowbringers quests. We are up to the key to the castle. Last time we got to meet back up with Eorzea, who, speaks in Shakespearean English, which is a lot of fun for me, because I used to be in a Renaissance reenactment group, and, they tried to use some of that in when we're doing our personas. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, we also have performing for Prin. We're going to do a couple of summoner job quests first to get that up to snuff. Where do we got to go for that? We got to go to New Gridania. Okay. Let's make sure we've eaten something for XP. I got all this junk in my backpack. One of these years I gotta clean it out. To make sure we're looking okay here. Oh yeah, okay. Look good. Looks okay. Sounds okay. Make sure I turn down the sound on my phone. I kind of look at things on the phone. If you say anything in chat and I don't respond immediately, it's because I might not see it immediately. So bear with me. Oh no, no gold sellers here. They get reported. Go up to the Lancers Guild. That's the closest place to go. I think we gotta go talk to Yshtola's sister, Ymitra. I'll know in a moment. I have been offline for, as of the time I'm recording this course, for the past few days because my sister and her husband came into town. We had a great time. We saw a number of museums in the city that I had not seen before, so it was kind of fun to do all that. We had a great time together. If you ever get a chance to check in with your family, whether that's family of blood or family of the heart or both, definitely do it. It's good to reconnect every now and then. Ymitra. She asks that you lend an ear to Principia. Greetings, Gav. 'Twould seem that Prin would speak with us about the second challenge. Oh yes, I forgot that I had to speak with a talking book. Congratulations, Master. You are sufficiently prepared to undertake the next test. Excuse me, Prin, but how can you tell? By analyzing the patterns of Master's ethereal emanations, I can gauge the strength and precision of his recently cast incantations. Of course, Master must attempt the challenge itself before I can provide an evaluation to the proper degree of accuracy. This will be a test of skill. To administer this trial under the prescribed conditions, however, I must request the assistance of several more summoners to play the role of antagonists. Several more summoners? In this day and age, that will be no easy feat to arrange. Dancing Wolf says, come now, Ymitra. The solution is right under your nose. Gav, your deeds have caught the attention of the highest echelons of the Flames. After learning what you're capable of, we've begun an initiative to take our very own summoners into battle against the Primals. A number of soldiers under my command have already begun intensive training. I handpicked veteran survivors of our expedition against Ifrit, and they've been issued with soul crystals we claimed from the Ascians. Ymitra says, aye, and Captain Wolf has been howling in my ear for days, begging to enlist your aid as some kind of drill instructor for the ethereally gifted. Dancing Wolf replies, but now you're in need of summoners for this trial of yours, yes? I'm prepared to offer my regiment's full cooperation. All I ask in return is a few morsels of advice for the acolytes. Principia says, it seems to me a fair trade, and my enchantments do not restrict me from instructing neophyte summoners in the fundamentals of the art. Ymitra says, very well, I suppose such an arrangement could prove convenient for us all. Dancing Wolf says, I knew you'd come around. Meet me at Camp Blue Fog, and I'll assemble the troops for inspection. Do you have anything else to say? As mentioned, the second challenge will be a test of skill. I shall be evaluating your technique for flawless execution and executed flaws. Talking book. We should meet Captain Wolf at the camp. Then we'll find a nice open space somewhere in northern Thanaland to conduct the second challenge. I did warn him, however, that you're far too busy to train his soldiers on any kind of permanent basis. Alright, well, let's make sure we summon my Chocobo, Carbuncle. Alright. Let's go to Camp Blue Fog. There's Jaja Samu, Denise, Crispin. What's it they have to say? Aye, we ain't started yet, have we? Denise says, Summoner Denise, at your service, sir. Crispin says, I'm told we are to be your opponents for this exercise. It's an honor to meet you, sir. Everything is in readiness for the second challenge, Master. Demetra says, these are the 3 neophyte summoners who will be assisting with the trial. I have heard Allagan training can be rather remorseless. Do your best, but pray try not to injure them along the fray. Do your best, but pray try not to injure them during the fray. Alright. Forgot I had to do something real quick before we move along. Alright, let's talk to Dancing Wolf. Looks like we're all here. Let's get on with the briefing, shall we? Principia says, as you command. The second challenge will evaluate the elegance of your technique as opposed to the magnitude of your miasma. First, I shall infuse the eggy? I still haven't figured out how to pronounce that. Eggy of your... I don't know if it's like eggy, like eggs, or edgy. Of your opponents with secondary enchantments, and then you are to engage the entities in combat. Ymitra says, Prin explained to me that the enchantments store the ether expended during the battle and allow for an in-depth analysis of your flair for death flares, as it were. In any case, I expect you'll pass with flying colors. Dancing Wolf says, right, I suppose you should know who you're up against. Designation and rank. Summoner Crispin, Private, First Class. We're grateful for aught you can teach us, sir. Denise, Summoner Denise, Sergeant. I'm new to spellcasting, but I've seen my share of combat, sir. Crispin and I are to fight you as a pair. Summoner Jaja Samu, Lieutenant. You've more'n a few admirers in the barracks, Gav, sir, but that don't mean we'll go easy on you. Dancing Wolf says, enough chatter. Quick march to the training ground. Give the word to Crispin and Denise, and when you're ready to go, battle their edgy, Gav. After that, you'll be facing off against the lieutenant's beast. You won't be attacking my troops directly, so give it all you've got. That can be dangerous. Oh, gotta sneeze. I just feel like it's kind of tacky to, like, wipe your nose on camera. It just bugs me. Well, hi, Jakey. Come on. You want to come up? You want up? You gonna come visit? Everybody misses you. Come here. Come on up. Oh, come on. You know you want to. You like your cuddles. Why don't we fly over there? Eorzea are primed for battle, sir. We'll unleash them as soon as you've given Crispin the command. Judge Samu, I'll just be watching for the now. You know, seeing how you handle the small fish before you get to the real fight. Well, come on. Come on. You can come up. Yes. You want scritches behind the ears. Well, you can get more when you come up here. I'll set Gav, as I said. Crispin and Denise will be your first opponents. Just give them the word. She doesn't have anything new, and neither does the book. Well, come on. Come on. He'll come while I'm in the middle of battle. Because that's so cat. Prepare yourself, sir. Denise and I will now summon your servants to battle. Aye, a pair of Ifrit Edgy for you. You finished warming them up on the members then? Because even together, me mates, Edgy, don't hold a candle to the inferno I can summon. Alright, let's bring the flames! It's a little too enthusiastic there. Oh, I think I had a lag spike there. Those are flashy fun, let me tell you. Ah, I had hopes for that one, but you snuffed him out right quick. Not much of a trial, eh? Well, then you're lucky I fought another primal during me time with the company of heroes. Ah, you're not the only summoners can command more than one ethereal beastie. Say hello to your final opponent, Titan Edgy. Dancing Wolf says, I hope my summoners put up enough of a fight for you. Anyway, shall we hear what the book has to say? Principia says, I have ruminated upon the swirls and echoes of your battle, and the picture is clear. Your technique is, without a doubt, a thing of exquisite beauty. Consider the second challenge conquered. Dancing Wolf says, well, that's good news. It's if hardly surprising. After all, you did sweep through those edgy, like a storm through a field of dandelions. Jajasamu says, methinks you've opened me eyes, and I see I've some work to do before I've truly mastered this discipline. Demetrius says, I'm glad to know we've been of service. Now, we really must be returning to Gridania. Crispin says, thank you, sir. That was truly an enriching experience. Denise says, aye, pray train with us again in the future. All right, speak with Ymitra in Gridania. I think Gridania is probably the prettiest of the city-states. Certainly the easiest to get around. Because there's no multiple levels and, you know. I thought Limsa was like super confusing at first. It took me forever to learn it. Mitra says, congratulations, Gav. With your impressive demonstrations of power and skill, you have already conquered 2 of Prin's 3 challenges. Ere we come to the final trial, however, Prin would further our education on Allagan summoning. Principia says, first, I would ask what you know of the rise and fall of summoning in the Allagan Empire. I was made to cover, rather, a lot of history, you understand. That's such a bad pun. Cover the history. Ymitra says, from our research, we have learned that summoners were initially lauded as heroes for their successes against the primals. When certain of these mages began to abuse the art's power for personal gain, however, the adoration of the populace shifted towards an oppressive hatred. Correct, says Principia. We speak now of the latter half of the 3rd astral era. My creator, Master Sari, was one of those who expended his energies on the destruction of primals, even as he fled from relentless persecution. Alongside his disciples, he triumphed over Belias and many other lesser entities. Belias? That was the name of the Elder Primal from whom Tristan once drew power. Master Sari must have been mighty indeed to defeat such a foe. Principia says, yet he still knew fear. The thought that the grand discipline of summoning would fade into oblivion was more than Master Sari could bear, and so he sought to preserve its legacy and provide for his successors. My creator was well versed in etherochemistry and held a particular interest in the technology of information. Broadly speaking, he researched methods for producing arcane geometries without grimoires and experimented with machine-enhanced edgy. He eventually abandoned both of these technologies, deeming them unsuitable for the instruction of future generations. Hoping to provide guidance to those summoners yet unborn, he instead began writing and enchanting a work that would survive down the ages. He made me. Ymitra says, such an accomplished personage. Why, then, have I seen but scant mention of his name in Alag's histories? Principia says, as you have said yourself, it was an age when the adulation of summoners experienced an extreme reversal. It is likely that Master Sari's achievements were struck from the records, even as his loyal pupils were struck down in the streets. I was shut in a storeroom, abandoned to my slumber like some common treatise on trade agreements in the southern provinces, and thus I can tell you naught of what befell my creator in his later years. Demetra says, I expected a dry recital on the history of summoning, but you've shared with us your personal narrative. 'Tis clear you hold a great deal of respect for Master Sari. Principia says, I am a familiar. I simply relay information as I was enspelled. This lecture is now over. As you wish, Prin. Well, Gav, 'twould seem class is dismissed for the moment. I suggest you recuperate from this day's trials and look toward preparing yourself for the final challenge. Alright, when's the next one? An existential crisis. We have to be level 65. Okay, and we are level 63. Alright. Well, we got one done. And, we're that much farther along in the summoner job quest. I don't think I have any other jobs that I need to do anything on. Warrior, no. Let's go back to Samurai. Okay. The key to the castle, we're going to continue with the MSQ. Let's go back to the Laran. Can't remember if it's pronounced Litha Laran or Litha Laran. Either way, it's kind of hard to say. Let's see if I've got any compass finds something 832 yalms to the northeast. Oh, probably up around this Wolleckdorf area. Oh, I remember what we were supposed to do. Okay. We have a dungeon we have to do. Yeah, I probably could just have queued for it from there instead of running all the way out here. But this is a really pretty area to run in, so I don't mind too much, actually. Oh, I love these crystals up. Let's see if I can... Oh, there's a little rainbow up there. Nice area here. Alright, who are we going to take with us? We'll see who we can take. Enter Don Meg with a party of NPCs. Alright. We're gonna have him be our gunbreaker. We're gonna have Eorzea be our healer. And we'll have the Oracle of Light. Alize drives me crazy with her Hang on.
My turn. Our fates are not yet sealed.
Here we go.
There you go. Let's do it. This reminds me of Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies. Alright. I wonder if this counts towards my wondrous... Oh, my time expired. We'll have to go back to Chloe when we get out of here. Okay, you want to take out the Fwats first. Yeah, Riange's a pretty good healer.
Together we shall overcome this.
I don't know when I'm supposed to use some of these skills. I just know they're kind of fun. Anyway, the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies is from... Oh gosh, the ballet.
Prepare yourself.
I literally had it in my head a moment ago. Nutcracker Suite. We'll see if our Oracle of Light steals the LBs.
All that I have and more I bring to bear.
Okay.
I'll show you.
Oh, I did that wrong. I don't know this rotation nearly as well. Reaper I've got down pretty well. Viper I got down pretty well too. Bard I have down pretty well. This one I'm still trying to figure it out.
Prepare yourself.
Ah, I hate this part. I hate this part. I'm gonna die. Thank you, Eorzea. It's about time. Oh my god. Ah, thank you. Do keep up that fine form. No, it's just toying with us. What did it say? Thun, Lord of the Lingering Gaze. It's the fourth way to give guests a smashing welcome. Oh yes, we'll smash you to bits and pieces. Bravo, bravo, very impressive. Do keep up with that fine form the rest of the way. Minfilia said, we did it, we won. Thancred said, no, it was just toying with us. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. Gotta go towards the treasure chest.
My time not yet come.
Oh dear, I seem to have dropped a wasp nest. How very clumsy of me. Oh, damn, I just seem to have sent these enemies against you. Oh, thank good. You moved him out by AoE. I must say this is very satisfying at this level. You know, when you play any of the jobs at a lower level, it's like unless you're really trying to learn the spec, right? So it's just nice to be able to play him at a higher level. Yeah, we gotta go up the leafy stairs here. Oh, good. Minfilia does not use your limit break ad nauseum. I did that wrong. Yep, let's go this way. Oh wait, more trees! Ah, he's not interruptible. Alright. Up and up. This is a fun little fight. Let's go, peeps. You gotta stand and eat. You have to stand between the tether and the reel. You can actually target your own. Oh, that was kind of cool.
Keep your guard up.
I got shrunk. Or shrunk back to what I'm normally at. Hey, how are you? The kittens are home. Ah, that's nice. That's really pretty. Let's take a quick look around. Nice. Very nice area. What did they say? Alright. Eorzea says, curious, yonder creature doth resemble Griol, a beast of Verberite legend. This beast falleth short of the legend. Nice, Eorzea. Infilia says, a palace of water. It's like something out of a fairy tale. Thancred says, except we're the ones in the tale. Stay on your guard. Nice. Alright, it is super easy to overpull in this area. Welcome to our humble palace. It is not so humble, I assure you. This way, the crown's that way. Or that way, the crown's that way. Be afraid, be very afraid. Aw, it's fake! You'll have to keep going. That wasn't very nice. Okay, do not overpull. These kelpies hit like a tank.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, we got two flasks here.
Be gone.
Stop the other one. And we could have done it. I'm gonna pull them up to this next group, but Scouring Skullman. Water balloon for the skill. Nice. We'll dot this guy up too.
I'll show you.
Scouring, scolding. Alright, I think we're up to the final boss. Oh no, do I smell a trap? Yes, yes you do. Well, hi, Jakey. Hi, buddy. Lord. Ankhthon. I don't know if it's pronounced that way. Look away. Ah, I got turned into a frog. I should have seen that coming. Okay. You know, the only way I can do this is very, very slowly. Except there. Obviously that didn't work. Oh, thanks. Eorzea just jumps over there with, you know. Okay, whoever made this is evil. You do not want to be in front of Crow's Bile.
I'll show you.
Oh no! Eorzea, don't stand in it!
You underestimate me.
Virtuosic Capriccio. Oh, we gotta turn away from the Inquire. Toad Choir. I remembered that time.
I'll show you.
You can turn away from Inquire. Yeah! We did it! Nice. Oh, no joy earwiggle. I think he's kind of ticked off at having been turned into a frog in the middle of the battle. I dare say they've had their fill of sport. Is it over? Their mastery over glamours is truly astounding. Time to collect our prize. Phew, we did it. Yes, we did. Oh, we can't go up the stairs.
Well fought, well fought!
Gav's going, what?
Really good show.
What the heck's going on here?
Oh, you do not hold back. But I would have it no other way. Seldom have I enjoyed such sport.
We have satisfied thy demands. Wilt thou now satisfy ours?
Okay. We did what you wanted. Now are you gonna, give us what we want?
Of course. Of course. There it is. The relic you seek. Yours for the taking. Have care you do not break it, though, yes.
It's like, is this another trick?
Ah, but you, my friend, you are mighty indeed, and pleasing to the eye besides.
The frog is in love with me. The frog is in love with me. My daughter loves frogs.
More? I want to see more of him.
Yes! Yes! I could watch it forever!
I don't think so.
Why don't we just make him one of us?
No. No.
Yes! One of us!
One of us. One of us. How about we get out of here?
What a fine idea! Why ever didn't I think of that? You may have the crown, but in exchange, we will have you!
No. We already did what you wanted. We had an agreement.
Wake up! Wake up, damn you!
Oh, that's Ardbert.
Ah, you're alive. Thank the gods. I don't know where you learned to breathe underwater, but it's lucky you can.
Nice.
I'm sure you had your reasons. But the first rule of dealing with the Froth is do not deal with the Froth. It's said that they are born from the souls of the drowned. Were it not for your little trick, you'd have joined them. Your friends are safely back on dry land, in case you were wondering. They'll be searching for you, I expect. That's the royal capital of the Kingdom of Verbert down there. It's seen better days.
You think?
They were a stubborn lot, the Verbertites. Set in their ways. But once you got to know them, you couldn't find a more welcoming people. It always froze over in winter, being up in the mountains. So we'd pull up our chairs round the fire and trade tales over steaming bowls of lamb stew, while the street lamps burned hot and bright outside. All dead and buried now. Them and anyone else who might remember. Everything we did, everything we gave, what was it for? I wonder. I hope you'll have a better answer than this when all's said and done.
Well, we're trying to save 2 worlds, not just one. I discovered a new location. And if you push your sprint button, you start like swimming faster, which is kind of nice. All right, peeps. I need to do a quick bio break. So I will be right back. And then we'll finish the... All right, we are back. I just saw that Misty had a question. We had a great time. I hadn't seen my sister, like, in person. I mean, we FaceTime a lot, but I hadn't seen her in person in probably since her... She had a big birthday a couple years ago. I don't want to say her age, because I don't think she wants me to say her age. Let's just say she was celebrating another anniversary of her 29th birthday, just like I do. Elise says, I'm going back in. Riaje says, Nay, my lady, exhausted as thou art, thou wouldst only endanger thyself. I prithee, rest a moment. He's going, no, you're not. You're exhausted, and you're only a danger to yourself. Just so I pray, just rest a moment. Thancred says, there was nothing where we looked. Gav? It's going, hi. I'm fine. All's good. You were worried? You forgot I could breathe underwater? Elfino says, dear gods, were it not for Sorbon's blessing, But I need not labor the point. I'm glad to see you safe and well, my friend. Eorzea says, have you any idea how worried we were to wash up on the shore only to find you weren't with us? Oh, but I'm forgetting. Here's your crown, your majesty. So I think Eorzea's a little pissed off at us. The Fuath kept that part of the bargain, at least. Thancred says, while there were certain twists and turns, our work here is done, with everyone none the worse for wetness. Sul Uen. Oh, thank goodness you're still here. Alfino says, Sul Uen, is something amiss? A great big mob of mortals is marching to Ilmeg, mortals with ugly weapons and uglier faces. They wouldn't happen to be your friends, would they? Thancred says, rather the reverse, I fear. The Yulmoran army, I'd guess. Sul Uen, meaning we can play with them? Yes, yes you can. Alfino says, as much as you'd like, but just to be sure, I will return with you to confirm their identities. If they are who we suspect, we will require your aid. Sul Uen says, if Alfino is coming, then Eorzea will be too, yes? Can't have one without the other, you know. Eorzea says, oh, all right, just remember we're not your playmates this time. Alfino says, I'm afraid we must leave the rest of the relic hunt in your hands. Excuse me. And you say, your option says, don't worry, I've done this sort of thing before, or it's fine, defeating the Light Warden would always have fallen to me. Let's do the latter and see what he says. Alfino says, perhaps, but I would feel better if we were there to assist you. Oh, back to cheering you on from afar. See you afterwards, my friend. There's such glee in the fairy's voice. Can we play with them? And Phileas says, if only I hadn't been caught. Well, we would have had to come here and get Eorzea anyway, so it's just a matter of time. And we have to kill the Light Warden. Thancred says, if it is indeed the Yulmoran army, we may soon have to contend with Ranjit again, which may prove problematic even for you. Alright. A visit to the New Mu. Eorzea is eager to press on with the hunt for the Fey relics. With our enemies fast approaching, time is of the essence. We must needs accomplish our mission with all possible haste. Okay. Our enemies are coming quick. Time's of the essence. We have to finish our mission very quickly. Of the two remaining bearers of the relics, the New Mu are the nearer. We shall seek them out next. Alright, the New Mu are the closer ones. Let's go talk to them. Among the Fey folk, they bear the distinction of having abided in these lands since before the flood. They are also the friendliest to men, and have served me faithfully whensoever I have called upon them. Indeed, they are the source of much of the knowledge I have acquired in my time here. Okay, among everybody in this area, they've been living these lands since before the flood. They're also the friendliest to us normal people, and they've served me faithfully whenever I've had to call upon them, and in fact, they're the source of a lot of the knowledge I have learned. The path leadeth past my dwellings. Let us away. In fact, the path goes right by my house. Let's go. I obtained a Fey Codex. See what that looks like. Well, that's kind of cool looking. Oh, there's a little butterfly on it, too. Nice. Very nice. This is actually... This is the Fey Crown samurai weapon. Got a little bit of a rainbowy thing, bubbles, got, you know, little butterflies flying around. It's a really cool sword. I really like that one a lot. Alright, let's hop on our mount. Drive up that way. You know, I probably could just pour it up there. No, I can't. It's not any closer. Yeah. All right. Yes, I speak Eorzea fluently. I translate it for those of you who prefer to speak modern English instead of, you know, late Middle English. Where'd everybody else go? Past yonder cliff lieth Pla Eni, home of the Numu. Okay, over that direction is the home of the Numu, Pla Eni. The others have gone ahead to scout the way. Come, let us follow. Alright, they went ahead of us. Let's go. You know what? This mount goes faster. Killer bees. Hope you're not terrified of bees. Eorzea says, if the path striketh thee as precipitous, 'tis because it was once a mountain trail. If this path strikes you as kind of dangerous and very abrupt, it's because it was once a mountain trail. For where the lake now lieth, there was a valley, in whose midst thrived the city of Verbert. 'Twas only when the Froth came in the wake of the flood that the settlement was drowned. So, where the lake is now, there was a valley. There used to be a valley, and the city of Verbert thrived there. It was when the Froth came after the flood rolled on through, the settlement was drowned. We stand now on its former outskirts. Grazing lands. Oh, he says, we stand now upon its former outskirts. Grazing lands where shepherds once tended their flocks. We're on the former outskirts, where shepherds, let their sheep graze. That is a beautiful castle, church. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty. I am a sucker for saying stained glass. Love stained glass windows. Eorzea says, though one cannot help but feel a pang of loss when faced with such a spectacle, one can scarcely blame the faithful for so altering the land. Alright, you can't help but feel a pang, sense of loss when you are faced with this kind of sight, but you can hardly blame the faithful for changing around the land. The blame for that lieth rightly with the light, a force terrible enough to bring an entire civilization to its knees, an entire world. That it should have been allowed to rise up unchecked is the greater regret. Okay, for the blame for Verbert's destruction, basically, lies with the light. It's a terrible force that brought the entire civilization to its knees. The entire world, as a matter of fact. That it should have been allowed to get to that level is the greater sadness or regret. Yet, in spite of all the tragedy which surroundeth me, full glad am I for the chance to be here. But in spite of all this tragedy that surrounds us, I'm really glad to be here. 'Twas these hands which brought together the warriors of darkness in Minfilia, lest thou forget. It was these hands that brought together the warriors of darkness in Minfilia, lest you forget. Thou is not a formal, it's actually the informal. You address somebody superior to you as you and not thou. Thou is meant to be used for family and close friends and actually insubordinates. Or subordinates, not insubordinates. Let's get my language right. Your trivia for today. Therefore, even were there no 8th umbral calamity to forestall, it seemeth only right that I strive to deliver the first from its doom. So, alright, so, even if there were no 8th umbral calamity to stop, it seems only right that I work to help the first, recover from its doom, basically. Only right, I say, though such words ill convey the strength of my resolve. This is only right, I say. It's only right that I do this. Although those words can't begin to show you how strongly I feel about it. In truth, I can no more ignore the plight of this world than I can choose to stop breathing, and thus do I labor for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. So, truly, I can't ignore the sufferings of this world any more than I can choose to stop breathing. So I work for those we've lost and for those we can still save. The coming struggle promiseth to test us to our limits, but so long as we stand together, I doubt not but that we shall prevail. So, alright, this upcoming challenges, the struggles are going to test us to the very brink, but as long as we stay together and work together, we will prevail. Boisterous Pixie. Aha! Mortals! Just as we thought. Eorzea says, hast thou business with us? Do you have business with us? Boisterous Pixie says, business? Ha! Nothing so boring. We smelled you coming and thought we'd come to play. Eorzea says, they do not appear to be pixies of Lila Loran. I don't know how you can tell them apart, but okay. Mine apologies, but we are in some haste. Mayhap another day. My apologies, but we're in a hurry. Let's play another day. Perhaps. Oh, in some haste, are you? Then allow me to hasten you on your way. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Trouble. Can't talk today. Teleportation magic, says Eorzea. For mercy, we were not sent far from our course. Teleportation magic, good. We were lucky they didn't send us somewhere far away. Should the pixies find us again, however, they will most assuredly repeat the trick. Well, if they find us again, they're going to do it again. We have not the time to waste. Let us avail ourselves of an enchantment I have learned. Okay, we don't have time to waste, so I'm gonna enchant us. Fey cloak, 'tis called, a most ingenious magic, which rendereth one invisible to fey folk, albeit briefly. Alright, so this Fey cloak skill, it's ingenious, it makes us invisible to the fairies, but only briefly. I shall cast the enchantment upon thee. Under its aegis, thou art to make thy way past the pixies and rejoin our comrades. Alright, I'm going to cast the enchantment on you. Under its influence, you have to make your way past the pixies to rejoin our friends. Know, however, that the enchantment shall suffice to veil thee and thee alone. Do not be tempted to employ a mount, as it will only serve to give thy presence away. So we can't ride our mounts. Right? It'll enchant only you and not the mount. I shall cast the enchantment upon thee once more. The effect is quick to fade, so thou must needs be swift. Come on, wherever you are. What should we do when we find them? Gotta figure out where we're supposed to go. Wasn't sure how long that... Oh, we see it up there, okay. Pixies leave, disappointment writ on their faces. Aw, so sorry, pixies. Not so much sorry, but yeah. Sorry, guys. The allergies are nasty today. Alright, Minfilia says, we lost sight of you. Is everything alright? Ingrid says, I assumed you were right behind us. What took you so long? We chatted with Eorzea. And since he speaks in, late Middle English, it takes him about 12 years to say what can be said in 2 sentences. I see. Yes, I'd say that's a valid excuse for lateness. You are hereby forgiven. Thanks, Ingrid. Thanks a lot. In other good news, the New Moo village lies just through here. We'll enter as soon as Eorzea deigns to join us. To your knee. Mortals! Mortals are here! Lots of them! But wait, don't leave. Ingrid says, I thought you said the Numu were men's best friends. The poor thing was beside itself with fear. Eorzea says, 'twas beside itself, perhaps, but not with fear. Yeah, it might have been beside itself, but it wasn't scared. Weird Ang says, this is unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you, to have so many mortals appear at once. It's more excitement than we can bear. Eorzea says, greetings, Elder Wood Ang. Tyranny, it hath been a while. Hey, hello there. It's been a while. Pray, forgive my brevity, but time is against us. We are come to borrow the stone scepter of the new Mu. Okay. Sorry to be quick about this, but time's not on our side. We came to borrow the stone scepter of the new Mu. The stone scepter? Then you mean to lift the seal over Eorzea? Don't know how to pronounce that. I'll ask the Irish expert when he gets home. Papa Cat Gamer knows. He's familiar with Old Irish. That is unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you. If the king is set free, none here will be safe. Unlike our Fey cousins, we Numu have called this land our home since time immemorial. Nothing, or leaving, is unthinkable. Thus did full many of us lay down our lives to seal away our king when they were corrupted by light. If we do as you ask, our sacrifice would have been in vain. We could say, don't worry, we'll defeat Titania, or no one will come to harm, or just hand over the god's damn staff. Gav is not the latter. It's a, don't worry, we'll defeat Titania. But then you'll only become another Light Warden. It changes nothing. Eorzea says, Honored Elder, pray, believe me when I say that this man is possessed not only of the strength required to vanquish the king, but of something still more valuable, a means to resist the resultant corruption. Indeed, he hath already laid low the Light Warden of Lakeland, all without succumbing to the influence of its light. He is yet a stranger to this land, 'tis true, but he harboureth the self-same desire to see the Sin-Eaters eliminated as we do. Wilt thou not lend us thy hand, that we might see thy beloved home restored to its former glory? I'll translate it a bit. You've always done right by us, Eorzea. If you have placed your faith in this man, then so shall we. As you say, we want nothing more than to be rid of the Sin-Eaters. Be that as it may, this is not a decision to be made lightly. We require time to deliberate, a turn of the moon, perhaps. Ingrid says, we don't have a turn of the moon unless we want to debate this with the Yulmoran army. Elder, given all that is at stake, I cannot well expect thee simply to roll over and acquiesce to our request. Oh, he says that in italics. That's got some hidden meaning there. But even now a powerful foe draweth near, and I fear I must beseech thee to hasten thy deliberations, that thou mightst fetch us the scepter while there is yet time to use it. Roll over? Fetch? You know full well that naught gives us greater pleasure than to render aid to men. You know full well, yet you speak the words of power regardless. It's unfair, I tell you. Roll over and fetch the words of power. In happier times, it was our honor to assist mortals in need and receive rewards befitting our deeds. Since the kingdom of Verbert fell, however, we've been starved of man's patronage. After so many years of deprivation, it is difficult to ignore such an earnest entreaty. Very well, Eorzea. I promise to give you as swift an answer as I may. In return, I ask that you and yours remain here the while and bestow upon us your patronage. Is this arrangement agreeable? All right. He said quite a mouthful there. Alright, so Eorzea said, Honored Elder, pray believe me when I say that this man is possessed not only of the strength required to vanquish the king, but of something still more valuable, a means to resist the resultant corruption. Indeed, he hath already laid low the Light Warden of Lakeland, all without succumbing to the influence of its light. So, Honored Elder, you know, believe me when I tell you that this man not only has the strength to beat Titania, but he has a means to, stave off the corruption from it. And in fact, he's already taken out the Light Warden of Lakeland without succumbing to the influence of light. Now, he's still a stranger to this land. That's true, but he has the same desire to see the Sin Eaters defeated as we do. So he says he is yet a stranger to this land, 'tis true, but he harboreth the self-same desire to see the Sin Eaters eliminated as we do. Okay, wilt thou not lend us thy hand, that we might see thy beloved home restored to its former glory? Will you not help us see your beloved home restored to its former glory, basically? So, it's going to take us about a month to decide on this. Thancred's going, we don't have that kind of time, man. Unless you want to debate with the Eomoran army. Nurianger says, Elder, given all that is at stake, I cannot well expect thee simply to roll over and acquiesce to our request. Okay, Elder, given what's at stake, I can't, exactly expect you to roll over and, give in to our request. But even now, a powerful foe draweth near, and I fear I must beseech thee to hasten thy deliberations, that thou mightst fetch us the scepter, while there is yet time to use it. Okay, so, even now, this powerful enemy, is approaching, and I fear I must, strongly advise you to hurry your talks up, that you can fetch us the scepter, that while there's still yet time to use it. Roll over, fetch. Apparently these are the words of power. All right. Widdank sniffs at you expectantly. Will you offer your patronage to our people too, yes? Or you will offer our patronage to our people too, yes? Let's see, perhaps you can begin with Marn Os. They are one of our foremost artisans, once held in the highest esteem by the Knights of Verbert. With the knights gone, however, Marn Os has had no opportunity to put their skills to use. They would be overjoyed for your patronage. I think we, Tyranny says, you wish to ask me questions. I shall be glad to tell you what I know. As for a fitting payment, yes, I ask that you listen to me. Tell me about yourself. I'm just a Numu like any other. I offer my services to those in need in return for a fitting payment. Though if you ask the others, I'm terrible at setting prices. They say I ask for too little in return. To that I say, to each their own. As long as one is satisfied, then a fitting payment has been rendered. Don't you agree? What kind of place is this? This cave is called Pla Eni, and our people have called it home for generations. To the Pixies, it's a dank and dark and dreary place. But this is precisely the way we Numu like it. Lest you wonder, Pla Eni is the name of a variety of mushroom that's central to our lives. We make our homes out of them and use their spores to prepare our magical concoctions. Alas, with the men of Verbert long departed, few come seeking our concoctions these days, leaving us starved of the patronage we crave. Such a trying time this is. Rianger says, though the new moon may appear placid and amicable, be fairly warned that they live by uncompromising codes. Right, so they may seem nice, but, they live by a very strict set of rules. Codes, such as that which saith the payment must precisely befit the service. Be it an item or a task, have care thou givest neither more nor less than what is requested. Okay. Their code that says, the payment must precisely fit the service, whether it's an item or a task. You know, take care that you don't give any more or less than what is requested. Now, what does Thancred have to say? Thancred says, well enough to be served. The question is whether we can provide a fitting reward. Marn Os. 1,182, 1,183, 1,184. Wait, did I already count that leaf? God. Oh, what? Wait, you're a mortal. Huzzah, huzzah! Well met. Yes, very well met indeed. Have you old and tired arms and armor that are threatening to fall apart at critical junctures in battle? If you answered yes, you've come to the right Numu. I will restore your equipment to pristine condition for payment of a pair of moss fungus legs. Moss fungi roam just outside the cave. Please, please, please give their legs and your patronage to me. Okay. Have you obtained the moss fungus legs? Bring them to me and I will restore your equipment to pristine condition. Didn't see where Minfilia went. Alright, we got him. Hey, Ro. How are you? Ah, you are returned, and with the moss fungus legs, I hope. They are tools of my trade, lest you wonder, used to polish metal and leather alike to a lustrous sheen. Now that I have work again, I must replenish my stores. How many moss fungus legs will you give? 2. She wants 2. Or he wants 2. They want 2. Huzzah! 2 moss fungus legs as befits the work. Ha! To have neither more nor less expected of us than what we can provide, there is no greater joy. You see, for there to be honor in a task, we must receive precisely what it is worth. Too little means you belittle our ability. Too much means you question our integrity. You're giving me fitting payment, so my services are at your disposal. Disposal. I shall begin by inspecting your equipment. I see. Though I must ask for a small fee for the materials, I'm pleased to say that all your arms and armor may be restored. If you mean to change them in the near future, however, there's no need to hurry. My first repair is complimentary. Here's the coin which you may pay me with when you desire to have work done. Many thanks for your patronage. Marnos' shop is open for business. I'm enjoying the game little by little. Trying a few different jobs still. Yeah. Black Mage and Archer. Nice. Nice. A Black Mage is slower. If you want something fast, that moves fast, I would go for Ninja, which I think you can unlock in Limbs of Laminza at level 15. So you should be able to unlock it now if you want to try that out. That one moves. I mean, at low levels, everything moves slowly because you don't get your full kit until later into the levels. Like, you know, level 50 is where you really start to, you know, see everything come into play. Oh, and if you mean to offer your patronage to another, may I suggest Eorzea yonder? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Judging from your equipment, 'tis plain you're no stranger to battle. I believe Eorzea will have something to offer you. I don't know if I need repairs or not. Nope, not right now. You might, if you like casters, you might like Red Mage because you get a mix of casting and melee. Summoner's fun. Summoner's fun. If you're into healing, you know, you might try Conjurer, which turns into White Mage. If you like tank, you could pick up Marauder in Limbs of Laminza or Gladiator in Ul'dah. Gladiator turns into Paladin and Marauder turns into Warrior. If you're into tanky stuff, Eorzea's eyes light up at the sight of you. Ah, to have so many men visit us at once. This is a joyous day indeed. If it please you, please give me your patronage. As my patron, I ask that you remove the noxious mushrooms that grow in our cave. Flame spores, they're called. We would tend to them with magics, except they leave behind a harmful ash. We've no choice but to pluck them one at a time. Now, you will be curious as to what I have to offer. I am a purveyor of wares that will aid you in your travels. In exchange for your fitting payment, I will give you my choicest items. Alright, let's go get 3 of them. I can figure out where they're at. Ah, there it is. There's one. These are mushrooms too. I thought they were like little pebbles at first. Okay, where's this little bugger hiding? It's up higher, it says. Nope, that's not it. Well, let's go around here and see. Oh, I bet we gotta climb up here. Oh, there it is, over there. Oh. Ouch. Oh, please tell me I don't have to jump. Oh, I forgot we can go up this way. I fail at jumping, people. I'm like getting stuck on this stuff. Oh, have a good one. You've already removed the flame spores. How very quick you are. Oh, but did you perchance search by the western area as well? I'm told that more have cropped up in that area. Alright, let's go take them out. I forgot. You can mount while you're still running. It's been such a habit to stop. In a lot of MMOs, you can't get on your mount while you're moving. As you pluck the last of the flame spores, you sense a gaze from the entrance. Ah, Minfilia is gazing at us. Oh, I wasn't spying on you or anything. I've just finished my task and I should go and report back. Not sure if she was looking at us. Ah, you are returned. Have you dealt with the flame spores by the western entrance as well? Yeah. Excellent! No more poisonous spores irritating our noses. For a little while, at least. Oh dear, I believe I'm getting sentimental. Having a patron again, it reminds me of the old days. Fair every day, I would carry my wares to the castle to offer in exchange for men's patronage. Back then, the castle wasn't called Ligia. The Verberites built it, and they called it Grünes Licht. That is German for light something. Why don't we see what it is? Oh. It was their last bastion in the struggle against sin eaters. And now they're gone, all of them, nobles and knights and common folk alike. But enough reminiscing. I must give you what you've earned. And if you desire anything else I possess, I would be glad to offer them to you for a fitting price, of course. Iskuf's shop is now open for business. Now, will you be offering your patronage to anyone else? If so, would you consider a wee lad? They've been under the weather of late, and the chance to perform an honorable task would cheer them up. So what did they say? I looked it up, asked ChatGPT what it means. Gruinous, okay. Alright, it's German for green light. The trivia for today. I had to go look that up. I knew Licht meant light. But I took German for reading comprehension in grad school because I had to have 2 languages for my history PhD that I was working on at the time. And I already had French down, so I took, because I was doing history of science, my advisor recommended German because there was a lot of history of science and a lot of scientific stuff done in German, especially into the 16, 17, 1800s. But if you take German first, you invariably dislike French or the Romance languages. And if you take any Romance language first, you invariably hate German because they're just, yeah, and German grammar drove me crazy. So my apologies to any Germans out there. I think Germany itself is a cool place. I really want to go there someday because I have ancestors from there. I would love to see some of the, places where they grew up and lived. I think that would be really cool. But the language drives me crazy. Windlad's ears appeared droopy, even by New Moo standards. What? You would be my patron? But I can't do anything for you. The lawless ones took my invisible ink, and without it I can't make my arcane wares. Who are the lawless ones? They're Numu like us, except they've turned their backs on our values. Curs without honor, they are. They refuse to work, instead spending all their time cavorting and making a nuisance of themselves. It was when I was outside for a walk that they set upon me. They refused to work, instead spending all their time cavorting and making a nuisance of themselves. It was when I was outside for a walk that they set upon me and robbed me of my possessions, the ink included. I was too weak to resist them, but you, mortal, you look quite strong. Do you think you could take back my ink from those villains? If you do this, I will consider it your patronage, and by way of my service, I will make you something very special. Minfilia says, Excuse me, Gav, but I couldn't help overhearing. If you mean to undertake this task, will you let me accompany you? I would learn from you and help in what little way I can. I found out this, looking away or looking down and putting your hand up is kind of a Japanese kind of cultural thing. You put your hand on your chest when you really mean something. And you look down as a measure of respect. And you can say, you're welcome to join or just don't get in the way. Well, Minfilia is always welcome by Gav standards. Thank you so much. Widlad says, the lawless ones make their lair to the south inside a cave called Father Collard's Chambers. They took many vials of ink, and I would be grateful if you could bring back as many as possible. Trinket peddler. I'm actually going to go out this way. "35 yalms to the southeast." Oh, there it is. Right there. Oh, goody. I gotta try and figure out how to get up here. Oh, God. See if I can make this jump. Yes. $602 yalms to the south. Okay, well, it's not anywhere close. Ah, we gotta go up. Okay. I discovered a new location. Oh, Porksies. Garden Porksies. Right. Father Collard's chambers is through here. I peered inside, and sure enough, it was milling with Numu. They looked none too friendly. If Thancred were here, he'd tell me to go about it quietly and quickly. Let us split up. I'll find all the ink I can and then come back outside. See you shortly, Gav. She's got cool-looking knives there. Well, fortunately for us, being greatly over-leveled, and run around here with no problem. There's probably some jumping puzzle up here that would drive me crazy. Some more invisible ink. Betting it's up here. Yep, I guess I chose wisely. It's the path to popularity. Forgot what that is. Oh. Okay. Yeah, so that's a blue quest for that we need to do, because it's an ether one. That's back at the Bookman Shelves, so that's back at Eorzea's place. Oop, I might be going the wrong way.
Oh, thank goodness. There you are. Those Numo were rather frightening. I'm glad you're safe.
I'm glad you're safe too, or I see you use daggers, or you don't need to worry about me. I'm glad you're safe too.
I haven't seen much actual combat, so I was a little nervous, but I'm happy I could help. The Minfilius before me battled Sin Eaters as part of the Yulmoran army. But that had all changed by the time I was found. They held me captive, so that I wouldn't follow in the others' footsteps. I'd still be in my cell now had Thancred not spirited me away. When he found me, I knew nothing of the world. I didn't know how to live, let alone fight. Thancred once told me that if the efforts to summon you failed, it would fall to me to face the Light Wardens. I realized then that it was the only reason he kept me close. As a contingency. The truth is, he can't stand to be around me.
No, it's not the case, but I understand how she got to that.
Because I'm not her. I'm not his Minfilia. Once, we journeyed to Nabatha together. To the place where the Oracle appeared and stayed the flood. As we drew near, I felt as though I was fading away. I shut my eyes and covered my ears, and then... I'm not sure what happened after that. I have a vague feeling that I said something to him. Only it wasn't me at all. It was her. Afterwards, Thancred didn't say a word. Only kept to himself and brooded. There's nothing I can do for him. Nothing I can offer but my presence. Though it only reminds him of his loss. She should be the one to live on. That's why I tried to find you. Because I knew that was what she wanted. But now that you're here, I'm not entirely sure what it was she intended me to do. Was I meant to tell you something, or bring you to someone, or somewhere? I can feel the answer at the edge of my mind, just out of reach. What is that?
Uh-oh.
Why? Why did you imprison us? Such boredom. Such tedium have we suffered. It is unfair. Unfair. Come. Come and play with us.
Oh, that's creepy.
It came from the castle. This is everything I have. Please see it delivered to the Numo. I will bear word to Thancred and the others.
Ooh. Let's go back to Plot Any. Widlad. Mercy, Your Majesty. We had no choice. Please forgive us. Oh, it's you. My ink. Were you able to retrieve it? Words and patterns inscribed under this magical ink cannot be seen by the naked eye. Yes, this is the ink, and almost all of it, too. When our king spoke to me, my day went from bad to worse, but thanks to you, it's simply bad again. I'm glad I could be of help. Okay. What? You had the vision too? Oh, woe is us. Ordinarily, when a living being turns into a sin-eater, it loses everything about its mind that defined it. However, the king has retained some of their instincts. This manifests in the desire to play and be free. So strong is that desire, it often leaks through the seal to invade our consciousness. For a long time we've ignored it, but we can't do so forever. But forgive me, I was going to thank you for reuniting me with my ink. You did exactly as I asked, so I will give you the service I promised. Ahem, nothing up my sleeve, and voila, may it serve you well. Hey. The Elder's Answer. Widlad looks a satisfied Numo. There's nothing like honorable work. Thanks again for giving me the opportunity. Oh, I should mention that Elder Widnang returned a moment ago. If you seek them out, I dare say they will have tidings for you. Well, they might have news. See if there's any blue quests in this area I need to pick up. Does not look like it. There you are. I'm informed that you've been an excellent patron to our people. For that, you have my thanks. Now then, you will be pleased to hear that we've come to a decision regarding the scepter. If you would gather your companions, I will deliver our answer. Before I begin, please allow me to express my gratitude for your kind patronage. Having been deprived of purpose for so long, our people are overjoyed at being able to serve again. But on to the matter of the stone scepter. During our deliberations, we were forced to concede that we will never have the power to deal with our fallen monarch. We can release Titania neither from the castle nor from torment. In light of this, we have decided to entrust their fate to you. Take it, the stone scepter of the Numo. Ingrid says, this makes 3 relics, 1 more and we can arrange a meeting with the warden. Ere you continue your quest, allow me to enlighten you as regards your foe. Know that Titania is not a name, but a title bestowed upon one chosen to lead the pixies by the grace of nature. This leader, upon Ilmeg's founding, arose as ruler of all Feyfolk to bring order to our riotous kind. In our turn, we Feyfolk rendered our blessing unto nature, unto water, wood, and wind, that our king might be further empowered. Though they are become a sin-eater, their powers remain unchanged. When you face them, be prepared to face the full fury of nature. Minfilia says, "Oh, dear, is there anything else that we should know?" Anything else? Only that if you feel unready for the challenge, and none here would blame you for it, you are welcome to remain among us a while longer. After all, I myself have yet to enjoy your patronage, and who knows when I will next have the chance. We would see that you are comfortable, of course, and do all in our power to make you feel at home. Honestly, I look away for one moment, and every fairy and their nuncle tries to steal my sapling from me. This is my sapling, mine, do you hear? Not yours, and not the Fuath's, and anyone who so much as thinks about trying to seduce him will wish they had not. Eorzea says, the final relic is a pair of shoes wrought of crystal. They are held in the Amaro's safekeeping at their settlement, Wolleckdorf. Alright, so he said the last relic is a pair of crystal shoes up in Wolleckdorf. It beareth mentioning that these Amaro are unlike those which thou hast heretofore encountered. Owing to a peculiarity of evolution, they are capable of speech, and thus we might negotiate with them as we have the Feyfolk. Okay, so here's mentioning that these Amaro aren't like any of the ones we've seen before. Due to a peculiarity of, a quirk of evolution, they're capable of speech, and so we can negotiate with them as we have with the Feyfolk. It's pretty cool. Though it saddens us to see you leave, we wish you well on your way. When you arrive in Wolleckdorf, seek out the largest of the Amaro. His name is Seto, and he is their leader and the bearer of the relic. Fail is just a little possessive. We're gonna just pour it over there since we can. I don't know if we talked to the summoning stone or not. Speak with the enormous Amaro. This one's named Traveler. Seto, he makes his roost in the next building. An enormous Amaro slumbers peacefully. Cal, Seto, Mog. I'm gonna go Seto. Seto says, Ardbert? Oh, forgive me, I was having a dream. Seldom do men visit us. What brings you to our village? Did I hear you aright? You desire the crystal shoes that you may confront the Light Warden? No, no, you mustn't think such thoughts. Even if you are indeed immune to the light's corruption, as you claim, vanquishing the king will bring you naught but sorrow. Forget this folly. Return whence you came. Ingrid says, While we appreciate your concern, we have no choice in the matter. Will you not reconsider? Urianger says, Come, my friends. Let us leave him with his thoughts. "'Tis harder by far to change the minds of they who mean well than they who mean ill." Okay, it's harder to change the minds of people who mean well than people who are evil. He's not wrong. You know, sometimes the hardest people to convince that they're not doing something right is when they're meaning to do well and they're convinced that they're doing this. It's very difficult to break them out of that mindset. Forgive me, but I'm not sure I understand. Urianger says, And little wonder, 'tis the first time thou hast set foot here. 'Twould behoove you all to learn something of the nature of this community, I think. And there is no surer way than to speak with its members. Okay, and you know, of course you don't understand. It's the first time you've ever been here. And it would be a good idea for you all to learn something about, you know, this community. And, you know, how things run for them. I think there is no surer way than to speak with its members. In such wise, you will come to understand Seto's reason for refusing us, and I hope gain an insight into how he may yet be persuaded. Excuse me. Okay, after doing that, you'll probably understand Seto's reason for, you know, refusing us, and hopefully get an idea on how he can still be persuaded anyway. So I bid ye, seek out the Amuro, and make yourselves known unto them. A gentle touch shall suffice by way of a greeting. Well, let's talk to Rispa. Well, now, it is not often that we are visited by men, much less unglamoured ones. What brings you so far from your own kind? Let's see. We have to pet. Okay. Kurr. How long has it been since last I felt men's touch? I cannot help but be reminded of my master's hand. He was a knight of Verbert, a noble and valiant soul. But like so many others, he died fighting the Sin-Eaters. Though he is long departed, I remain in this land out of respect for his memory. Oh, that's kind of sad. What's Minfilia saying? They're so fluffy, it's like touching a cloud. Okay. Are you one of those treasure hunters? There's nothing left for you here. Okay. Oh, I keep forgetting to pet him. Ah, that tickles. Enough, I never had a master. I'm not accustomed to it. that I dislike your kind, you understand. On the contrary, we Amaro were bred to be fond of men. In the beginning, we were all of us mindless beasts, but then a mage of Ronka gave us the gift of intelligence that we might better serve our masters. After that empire fell, those with the gift eventually died out. On rare occasions, however, we are born with the seed of our ancestors in us. If we live long enough amongst men, the seed may quicken, restoring the power of speech to us amongst other things. So it was with me, though I never had a master, as I told you. Okay. So they have to have this kind of symbiotic relationship with humans. What is all the commotion? Did something happen while we slumbered? Oh, what's happening? Why am I being patted? It's wonderful. Seldom do we have the chance to enjoy the attentions of men. Your kind are loath to come here for fear of the Fey folk. That's a healthy fear to have. But then we are Fey folk too. When first we made our home here, we swore an oath to the Fairy King, you see. 'Tis easy to forget sometimes. Excuse me. Didn't see where anybody else was. Oh, there's Thancred. Wanted to see what he had to say. Despite their seclusion, the Amaro here appear to be familiar with men. Okay. Thou hast peered into the hearts of the Amaro, I take it. Okay. You've talked to the Amaro, I take it? Learned their deepest yearnings? Yep. Then thou canst not choose but see the intense and abiding love they bear for men. It is out of concern for our welfare and not scorn that Seto seeketh to dissuade us from confronting their king. Yet confront their king we must, and to that end we must needs have the crystal shoes. Uriage's brow is furrowed in thought. Kef, might I prevail upon thee to confer with Seto in private? The task of slaying the Light Warden will ultimately be thine, and it is for thee, I believe, that he worrieth most. Okay, so, I mean, it's going to be your job ultimately to kill the Light Warden, so Seto's worried about you the most. Tell him of thy many great deeds, spoken in earnest. Thy words may yet move him to change his mind. Yeah, tell him what you've done, you know. If you earnestly tell him, your words might, you know, cause him to change his mind. You have spoken with my brethren. Then you see it is not out of scorn that I deny you the relic. I simply cannot bear to see men fight and die. Not anymore. None of us can. To lose one who has placed a gentle hand on us, even once, fills our hearts with untold sorrow, as my brothers and sisters will readily attest. This is something I must do, and I'll win, don't worry. Oh, that's kind of a catboy thing to say. What am I to make of such declarations? Tell me, why do you wish this? This land is no longer man's to fight for, nor will your doing to compel the faithful to change. And in order to obtain the other relics, you will already have paid the due price. Not more is owed. Oh, thank you, babe. Why then would you risk all to face our fallen king? To save the world, to keep a promise to my friends, to do what no one else can. We're gonna save the world. What did you say? The very words. Could it be mere coincidence? Very well, you may believe what you say, but we shall see if you have the strength to do it. Sin Eaters have been prowling the area of late. Prove yourself against them, and I will consider giving you the relic. See that you are well prepared, then meet me in the clearing to the east. There I will lure out the fiends, that you may slay them. Excuse me. Alright, we're gonna leave Seto here. Because my son has to film my hubby making dinner for his class, doing some kind of film class. And I promised I would help with the filming. So let's get to our cat joke. This one's really bad. Why did the kitty get an A on their English assignment? They properly used an independent clause. How do you know your cat used your computer? Your mouse has teeth marks on it. Independent clause. God. I haven't touched that since like 8th grade English, man. 9th grade English, maybe? Alright. If you can help us out, like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a question. I'm happy to answer questions anytime. And we will be back next week. And I just posted a video, I think last night or the night before. So check that out. I'm working on getting... that may be a few more days, so... And we should be back. I may be late next Wednesday because I have to do a doctor's appointment, and this guy's like a long wait. Last time I saw him, yeah, I kid you not, I waited in the waiting room an hour, and then I waited in the room that I was put in for like another 20-30 minutes. So it was like a long haul. So I have no idea if I'll be home anytime soon. I don't know if I'll be home by 3. So, you know, who knows? Anyway, so if I'm on, I'll be on probably later, next Wednesday. Anyway, cats and kittens, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me, asking questions, sharing the fun. And we will see you next time. Mama Cat Gamer is signing out. Have a great one, cats and kittens.